Hey guys, what's up? This is Trey and Casey from Cherie Amour, and this is also Casey and Tim. It's the same Casey, I'm sorry, but Casey and Tim from Syndicate Row, and we wanted to take a little minute to go through our video, Burn.
First question was, how did we come to the idea of a carnival? So the way I recall this, and actually both of you two were there, we were shooting a different video and Ronnie had this bizarre idea of being on a wheel and being spun, and I think he was supposed to get killed, but either way.
I think he wanted to do like axe throwing or something.
Yeah. And all of a sudden it popped in my mind that we should do a carnival. So like one of the first things I did was we had a budget for this, and you know, for us it was biggest budget we've had so far. So I decided to see if I could rent a fair. And you know what? A couple people bit until they learned that we were trying to murder people. Apparently, murder and family fun don't go together. Who would have fucking thought?
A little gore never killed anybody.
Yeah, nobody. So that immediately was thrown out after I realized that people don't want the brand associated with murder. Whatever. So then I decided that the next best option would be to build our own. So like the first thing that comes to mind when you think of a carnival or a circus, because this is kind of like a combination of both, is the big top tent. So I decided to see how we could possibly rent one. Well, just so y'all know, it costs $12,000. $12,000.
No joke.
Just to rent that joint. Just to rent the fucking tent. So it's a bit on the expensive side. And to buy them is like $36,000. And I mean, the tent that we ended up making, because we ended up making the tent ourselves, was only about 20 feet long. And I want to say it was about 24 feet tall. So yes, in the end, we ended up having to build everything. So what pretty much happens here is after all that has been settled, we realize that we're building it. We had to figure out one of the most important aspects of any shoot is the lighting. Like, I feel like you could get away with a lesser camera, but you cannot get away with lesser lighting. The lighting will always make a difference. So during this building process, we had to figure out the size of the area that we're going to need to light. So Tim, you had to do like a tech scout, right?
Yeah, so we did a tech scout. Casey had an amazing schematic of this. Like, it's hard to picture until you actually go there. It's like, holy shit, this is gonna be huge. Like, oh yeah, well, just, you know, a couple lights will be fine. No, we ended up needing at 25,000 watts of light for this.
That should look like the sun. I'm not
Oh yeah,
Here comes the sun.
we had a 12,000 watt HMI light, which kind of looks like the sun, and it wasn't really enough. We got away with it. We made it work, but yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, no, it certainly was. So, like, essentially, at this point, we have... You have to think about all the different pieces that go into the video. So we have Tim as our director of photography. He does everything related to the image, essentially. I had written the concept out, but also we needed actors. You know, we needed all the lumber, which, as everybody knows, lumber is very expensive right now. We needed, so this is one of my favorite parts of this. We needed a generator operator. Turns out when you're going to use 25,000 or 25,000
kilowatts.
25 kilowatts. Yeah, turns out if you're using 25 kilowatts, you need a special generator. And that generator needs a special generator operator because it is specialized equipment. It's not something you could just go to the good old Home Depot and rent, because these are like studio generators. It was a process. And then you had to insure the generator, and the generator is only $125,000. So, you know, insuring that was just a treat. It was a treat.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of fiscal, so like a lot of it was trying to balance out how can we afford everything. In the end, did we afford everything? Sure.
I would say we did pretty well.
Sure.
We did pretty well.
So like with the whole design, my whole goal here was to make it look like, when you think of a carnival, you think of all the lights that you would see. Obviously the circle, you think of the big top, or the circus, you think of a big top tent. My original aspiration had a fucking Ferris wheel. Needless to say, the Ferris wheel did not pan out in any way, shape, or form. Clearly, it was not in the video. But with that being said, so like the whole concept, the big concept, I wanted to kind of like a Rob Zombie sort of vibe, like a, you know, redneck hillbilly sort of murder situation at like this backyard or this backcountry fucking carnival. So to best do that, we decided to make small booths out of wood, as opposed to like trying to make it look like a big expansive family carnival at like your county fucking fair or some shit. So we did the booths, and then Caitlin designed all like the different games for the booths. And it's like part of my research, I pretty much looked up at different like vintage, I looked up different vintage carnivals and circuses and just try to take some inspiration from them to be able to design the whole thing. So sure, yeah, you built your 8 booths, but how am I going to make these 8 booths look cool? So each one, the amount of detail we put in was kind of fucking stupid. Each one was different colors. None of them was the same. We had to jigsaw out the little pieces on top and screw holes in to put all the light bulbs in. So yeah, I mean, there was a lot that went into the design, but all the little details, like, they really come out in the video. You might not directly pay attention to them, because you were definitely paying attention to Trey's beautiful face, and sometimes Brendan, and sometimes Ron. Probably not Ron. Definitely Ron. And then myself. Rarely. I edited myself out, but either way, you may have been staring at them, but it's the little accents in the back that kind of like make the video really pop. So
Casey was the brains of this whole thing. I just chucked up hella pieces of plywood when he asked me to.
So that brings on a new point. So like something, and I guess this is just something interesting to think about when you're thinking about like set design. Sure, there's the set design part. You draw up, you dream up. I don't even want to say drop. You dream up this immaculate, like, outlandish idea, right? That's the first thing you do. You imagine your idea. You have to dream it up. Like, you want to think of something that's somewhat unique, but is feasible, because that is the most important part, is feasibility. We have to be able to do it. If you can't do it, then, I mean, you don't have a video, right? So well, the big part is material acquisition. So
Nice.
what? So I would have to say that unfortunately we spent a gross amount of time just getting the materials. So like you get your wood, you build a couple booths, you realize you need more wood, you go back, you think you bought enough wood, you need some extra stuff, you go back, before you know it, your day's already over. Like so many times that has happened. We had to pick up plywood like 4 or 5 times.
Running back and forth to the warehouse to get plywood.
But these are the challenges that you go through when you're building the set yourself. But the thing about building a set that I think is kind of like a benefit over renting is we have 100% control of not just lighting like on an indoor set, but just like also what it's going to look like. We can murder anybody we want to murder. Allegedly. But as far as like the game design goes, we kind of wanted to just make sure that we had like a bunch of cool classic carnival games, but we also wanted to play into the story. The one that we really get to see though in the video is with our good friend Chris during Brendan's scene, where he did a little balloon pop. Like you throw that shit. Classic. So like the one other thing I did want to test, kind of touch on a little bit here was the indoor set design. So like something really cool that we were able to do is we had 2 sets. Okay, the first set was well, the one that's seen first is the one that we built outdoors. It's the booths, it's the carnival, it's the circus. But then there's also an indoor set, which is what looks like the inside of the tent. We actually used a warehouse, and we were able to recycle some pieces from another music video we had done to kind of like make it come to life. And so, but the cool part about the indoor set is you really get to control the light. Like, we didn't need nearly as much light, did we?
No, yeah, just, it's just a bunch of soft lights, and we used just some practicals, and yeah, it was pretty straightforward compared to night 2.
the tungsten package.
The
is what it
longest
was.
day. Yes.
Oh my god. And we will get into that longest day. My foot suffered for it.
Oh my goodness.
And then another thing that's definitely worth mentioning. So we had our special effects artist, Haley. So pretty much, consider this, I had to do this design, and I was working on this set every day from probably like 7 a.m. till about 10 p.m. And if the guys came through that day, we would work till 12 a.m. But I had to ask Haley to really take hold of the makeup. Well, she was already doing the special effects and makeup, but she was helping people find like their makeup, like what are they gonna wear, what are they gonna wear for their outfits, which became a huge deal. And also the band became very instrumental in this, because this was supposed to be kind of a secret in a lot of ways, and it was. So they had to recruit their friends to act as background actors, because obviously when you see the video, there's a lot of people, and those people don't just show up there. You can't just make a post on Facebook like, hey, show up for a 14-hour shoot at my house overnight. We will pay you nothing. It'll be great.
We love you all.
So yeah, it was challenging, but the band was able to help like really pull in quite a few people. I was able to get some people, and we got some great talent on the set.
All right, so yeah, let's go through Burn.
Oh man.
Well, hold on.
Oh.
Kessler Crane shot.
We
You
actually
can pause
shot
it
this
this
scene
Oh.
on a third day.
Yeah,
that's
so,
right.
So all the car stuff that you see at the vehicle is actually on a third day. So another part of our logistical nightmare. We had found another car that we were going to use. That car did not pan out. Welcome to being on set. So my neighbor happens to be a connoisseur of vintage vehicles, and we were able to get, I believe it's a 68 Suburban. Someone called it what did they call it? What did they call
minivan.
it? They called it a minivan. I have
Okay, come on now.
Look, the guys on that podcast, I love them. I really appreciate them, and the beautiful things they said about us in our video. It's not a minivan. It's a Suburban. That's
It's okay though. It's all good.
That's all.
All right.
Yes, this was the third day of shooting.
Yo, where the fuck are we going?
The hell,
I'm
bitch!
telling you, it's right up here. The spot is cool. The food, it smacks, bro. I'm telling you, just
He's fucking lying.
bit.
You already tell he's lying. He don't like that food.
should be coming up. Hey, where Casey at?
So I've always been curious, like why is Ronnie looking under clothing for me? He's like, where's Casey? Looking at the fucking ground.
That was
guy
a
was
day
sleeping
of
in the
decision.
back.
He was in character, and he just like we do our coverage. Like everyone gets their own time to shine, and every time that we're doing this, Ronnie's in the back rummaging through clothes, and then we come to him, and he's rummaging through clothes.
Nah, I was high.
That too.
He is our casting director. So
But it's like, all right, yeah, he's in character. That's
yeah. He was really showcasing it.
It's so funny though, because me and Brendan were like pretty much freestyling our lines. Like we knew that like what the premise of what we were trying to do was, but like I was going to like varying degrees of annoyance with Brendan. Like there was some takes, I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, yo. Like you always whining and shit, bro. You're always crying, bro. Come on.
Who's crying, man? It's gonna be a good time.
favorite part of the video.
Fucking assholes. Every fucking time.
Can't believe you left the lights on, bro. Yo, here it is.
So, just in case you guys missed this, because I've been reviewing things, people just talking. Brendan just said, I can't believe you left the lights on. And you see how
Key.
Trey deflected that and he completely ignored it? Just story writing.
The big clue that there may be something wrong with the car is the fact that Casey is pushing the car.
Yes.
Dead battery.
Dead battery. Left the lights on. Deflecting.
There we go.
Something.
See that right there?
Hey man, I'm just trying to do
He's just trying to do what it do, yo!
the hay.
Yo,
Oh my god.
all the hay, man.
It took like 20 minutes to spread all the hay out.
Can we just appreciate the 2 hot dogs in the back, though?
Oh, yeah, they were amazing.
No, man, look at that.
They
the
were in
hot
character
dogs.
too. They served hot dogs to all the guests, and there was a working hot dog cart that. Yeah, it was amazing.
Fucking beautiful. We had actual. Oh my god, this is another logistics story. You guys need to hear this. So we had actual food carts there. We had a cotton candy cart, we had a popcorn cart, and we had a hot dog cart. So day of the shoot, at like ass crack in the morning, I had to go drive and go pick that bitch up because I was the only person able to pick it up, and I had to go pick up the lighting van with all the lights in it. Day of shoot's great.
Necessary sustenance, I must say.
Necessary.
It was amazing.
Oh, the best part of it was definitely the hot dogs. So the lovely lady that just walked by, that's the special effects artist.
Shout out Haley.
And also, this might be a boo-boo, but I'll say it anyways. There's a white guitar in the frame. Just remember that white guitar.
Yeah, it's just like seriously. pay
For the
attention.
future. For the future. Maybe not this video, but in the
One of
future.
my favorite, just like off the cuff moments, right here.
Oh yeah, there's a bench there.
A true accident. I hate to say it, Chris. I don't even hate to say it. I love to say it. Chris is a fucking genius.
Chris was excellent.
Oh yeah, Christopher Bartlett, fucking master. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, the two-step.
Yeah, he got the dance in there. So Caitlin actually made that thing.
Bro, I was about to ask you.
Yeah, no.
Because there was a lot of the toys that were like already like actual plush toys and stuff, but this one I'm like,
Yeah.
they didn't get that from Toys R Us.
Nah.
did they?
So okay.
You still have that, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, Caitlin made some very disturbing toys. If we had like more time and a bigger budget, we probably made them all really creepy toys and just put them fucking everywhere. But, you work within your budget.
Yeah.
You made it happen.
Kind of. Within.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, boy. So here's another little. This is just one of those little things. A little something. You notice here how Chris is just staring angrily at Brendan. Obviously, as a result of him winning the game, he was never supposed to win the fucking game.
The house always wins.
The house always wins. Oh yeah. Oh.
There it is.
So that's my small black cock.
Yes.
So obviously this is a real chicken. It's a very special type of chicken. So it's a silky. It is a rooster, so it is technically a cock, and it is black and it is small. So it is my small black cock. The reason I chose this specific cock though was because out of all my chickens, I needed a chicken that was going to be okay being around people, especially late at night, because chickens, when they freak out, you cannot catch them. It is impossible to catch a chicken when it does not want you to catch it. But Silkies are like a special breed that are like very human friendly. So when I put him down, as you see, he just kind of looked around. He's like, "What the fuck's going on, bro?
I'm trying
What
to
you
remember.
doing,
Is it
bro?"
Poof? Floof?
Floof.
That's
Commander
right.
Floof. Yep,
Yeah.
Commander Floof. So Commander Floof did a great job in his big role here. So I was very proud of that. So I had to go pick him up from the coop and drop him down for a few seconds. We got the shot, and then I took him back to go back to sleep. He is still thriving to this day. So there was a huge issue. It's a polysyllabic issue. I kept on eating all the fucking cotton candy. You see here, I'm shoving cotton candy in my mouth. So like the issue is if you're having like an eating scene in a movie, right? You need to not eat all your food before the end of the scene, right? It's just little bits at a time. You kind of got to fake it. But my fat ass finished the cotton candy before the end like at the half point of the 3-minute song. So at 1 minute and 30 seconds, I had already finished my cotton candy. I'm fucking terrible.
It was high quality though, bro.
It was.
super
It was
good.
on point.
And I probably had 3 or 4 hot dogs that night.
Yeah.
So.
Which may or may not have been cooked, but yeah.
At that point, did it matter?
At 3 in the morning, you don't care.
Yeah, no,
There's
it
food.
don't matter at 3 in the morning. Oh man, so like I just need y'all to notice something here. So check this out. I am like in a t-shirt, right? But then I'm looking through this bin with a fucking jacket on that. Oh my god.
So hold on though, when Casey got pulled over the booth, I was on the other side like trying to catch him to make sure he didn't like break his neck, and I think I ended up hurting him more than if I just let him fall.
I think what hurt me the most is when my $300 Red Wings ended up in a thing of paint that just happened to be back there.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Painful. We also do need to shout out the poor guy that had his face covered with ice, and you're digging through.
Just touching it. Nothing's weirder than touching somebody's face, like anybody's face. You're just touching their face.
So we had to cheat this shot of Casey looking through the ice and everything. So we brought it out so we could shoot it and light it properly and everything. And this guy is I forgot. Did we just use like a box or something?
Yeah,
We
it was
just
a
filled
plastic bin. Yeah.
plastic bin with a hole put in it to like have his eye and eventual hand coming through. So this guy is just like lying down in this hay and everything, lights are on him, just ice on his face. I didn't realize it, but for like 10 minutes straight, I was standing on his hand, and this poor guy didn't even say a word. And
Oh, poor DeAndre. Poor dude. Yeah, and
What
I
a
was just
trooper.
smacking his face. Oh, God. But then he pulled me over.
all
I
that
deserved
for
it.
2 half-second shots, but it's the little things that make it
It's
worth
the
it.
little things,
It was
man.
stupid cold that night too. I gotta let y'all know.
Oh yeah.
Really.
Oh, God. So, like, that shot was actually one of the last shots of the night, a matter of fact. What, it was probably like 2...
Oh
3.
no, it was like 4:30.
Yeah, we finished like 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah. It was like 4 a.m. when we were doing this.
Yeah, because the last chorus shots with Trey, that was about 20 minutes before Blue Hour. So yeah.
Imagine this. If you're shooting a video and it's at night, you have to shoot it at night overnight. I mean, it makes sense, right? And it sounds great in like theory when you're planning it out. But then when you're doing it,
I was so hyped at first. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so fun. We're gonna get them pulling all nighter from like 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. And it was just like, oh, it's so cold.
nothing is worse than when your rooster starts crowing.
Oh yeah, that's when I knew.
Yeah, the rooster started crowing, and I saw the sun coming up. I was like, oh, God.
Well, in fairness, they did start at like 3 a.m. because we had that HMI over there too, and they were kind of getting hit with some daylight. So
Yeah, they were
they
like,
started crowing at like 3
I don't even know
a.m.
what Tim means by HMI, but whatever light,
Daylight.
whatever light
big
he's
ass
talking about,
light.
I'm telling you, it looked
Big
like the
ass
sun. It was
light.
that legitimate. It's
huge
crazy.
motherfucking light. That's exactly what it is. Oh yeah, get it, Ron. Boy. Hot dog.
Brandon's so serious, he had to bite his lip.
Hey man, he was really putting it on.
Oh yeah.
Formaldehyde, hey. Smashing the boy. I love this shit. Oh yeah.
The chili.
Real quick, I gotta say, the mystery chili was so good.
Caitlin whipped together this mystery chili. She had tried a few like early concoctions to make something look horrible, and I don't even know what was in there.
I don't even know. I have no clue. It looked pretty gross, I'm not gonna lie, but it was quite tasty.
Yeah. See, so it did slap. The food smacks. He wasn't lying.
I wasn't lying.
He never lied.
Never capping.
Nope, never got. Oh yeah. So, just so y'all know, if you didn't realize this scene that's happening right now is kind of like an homage to Matilda. You know what I'm saying? Eats all the food, passes out.
I brought that up in the group chat when we first were talking about it. And I was
Actually,
like,
yeah.
Can I kind of be like a glutton in the video and stuff like that, which is kind of accurate almost. To
Yeah,
real
so
life.
we did the was 7 Deadly Sins.
7 Deadly
Yeah,
Sins,
yeah.
yeah.
Tim had recommended the idea of the 7 Deadly Sins. Obviously, we're not leaning on it too much, but we wanted to kind of like give a reason why we're getting abducted, at least some sort of reason. So like, I got abducted because I was trying to steal some drinks. Ron got abducted because of lust. He was running in a tent after a woman who,
Lusty boy.
who, well, in the original story, he had smoked a blunt that was laced with some shit, but obviously we didn't have time for that. But it's very in character for Ron to chase after a woman and then smoke a blunt. And then, like, those two things are very
Quite
classic.
accurate.
And then Brendan was Pride. He, wanted to take this opportunity to destroy somebody at some
Arm wrestle a girl.
wrestling, arm wrestle a girl, and his ass got took. It was tooketh by Sebastian. So obviously this is glutton. So yeah, we got the whole 7 Deadly Sins things going on. There's only 4 of the sins, but you know what I'm saying.
Wrath is in there. There's a little bit of wrath from the clown.
Yeah. We could probably find the
Way to go,
rest.
Tim.
Yeah. Connecting the dots. Oh yeah. Eat them dogs. Yeah. His face is in the food.
Face plant.
So we have transitioned to the indoor set. And here we go. Oh yeah. I like Ron's face right here. He's like, oh boy. He's about to smoke what I believe is oregano.
Hey man,
It's nothing personal.
Stab, 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 stab.
Oh, I just love that. He's just getting bloodshot on his face. Oh, how you guys like all that?
Oh my goodness, the signs for the crowd was great.
Yeah, the splash zone.
Oh my god, so many little details that are in there for like a quarter of a second. That just
I think was that like Brendan's last second?
that was
Yeah.
the last second edition from
Yeah, Brandon threw that joint in there. He made it. He's like, I'll make a sign. This splash zone. We going to the water park today, boys. Oh man. Oh yeah. Shout out to Sarah because she got dragged into this last minute. I had another friend who was going to take this role, but it didn't pan out. So she stepped in and she did an amazing
Crushed
fucking
it.
job.
I
Crushed
also
it.
want to say I picked out Casey's T-shirt.
He did. I was so busy working on the set, literally incessantly. I didn't have time to pick up because you need 2 outfits, okay? So like very simple things, but they matter. So like since we were filming this first, because you don't, we filmed this first. And the reason we filmed this first is because it was going to be a regular day shoot, right? And we didn't want to have to do a day shoot into a night shoot. Like, it just didn't make sense. Like, imagine shooting overnight till, like, 5 a.m. You just shot till 5 a.m. The roosters are crowing. You're tired. Now you got to pack up the van. Now it's 7 a.m., And now, in a few hours, you got to go shoot again. That's why we did it the way we did. What does that mean? We have to have an outfit for the murder. Obviously, I have blood on my shirt, so we all had 2 sets of this outfit. So yeah, he picked it up for me. Thank you, Trey. I appreciate
He's
that.
gratefully dead.
Gratefully very dead. Look at that bear. He just has like blood running down his face, but he's smiling. Even the bear looks creepy,
Oh, what a nice touch that
Oh,
would be.
it's beautiful. Oh yeah. So like,
This is amazing, son.
Oh my god.
so I just need y'all to know that chainsaw sound is the actual chainsaw. I had taken the blade off of it earlier, and I had turned it on, right? And I loved. We had done a few takes of it without the chainsaw on, but I truly thought that it felt better when like the chainsaw was on because it felt like some invigorating day of it. Obviously, Chris was loving it. When I say loving it, I mean I was throwing a bottle of blood
was
in
a
his
blast.
face with Haley.
We would just
Haley's
like,
just spray bottling like the mess out of them.
we just left it rolling, just like he needs more blood. Just like Casey and Haley are over there, just like
More blood.
for a
Always
whole
more
minute.
blood.
Just
Oh, beautiful.
worth it.
So, and just so you know, in the future, I fully intend on doing an extended version of this without the music because it deserves it. We literally spent like 8 hours or something shooting that day. So, yeah, no, there's a lot of great footage. It needs to be extended because there's a lot more.
I kept calling this my acting debut.
Pretty much was. It was for all of us. Oh man, Trey's leaving. We just noticed Trey didn't get murdered.
My clean t-shirt, no blood. I'm Gucci.
Hey, he's good, man. He only had to buy one outfit. So you could say that I was the lighting tech right here. I was plugging and unplugging the light in, so you could kind of like, you know, get the little flashy lights. Oh, and you could see what were the maxi brutes in the bottom left right there. Tucked in the corner.
We lowered them down. We were done with them. This was this was like 4:45 in the morning.
Yeah, nearly the end of the shoot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were all dead at this point. So there's like I don't know how you guys felt, but I know for me there was like I had a second wind at some point. And then I had to have a third wind because the second wind ran out. It was pretty bad. I think the third wind came at like 5 a.m. when we were packing.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It was rough. Also, I just need y'all to appreciate, hold on, I'll come back to you. The tent in the back. You see how it's big and tall? The thing when like you're building a set, this kind of goes back to design, but I think it's kind of like important to see it while I explain it. The thing about the tent is when you draw it out to scale, it has to be big enough to be impressive. If that tent was smaller, it would just be a bunch of green trees in the back. And then it wouldn't look good, obviously. And like even like you see this pole here on the left with the flags hanging off of it. We specifically made it 10 feet because we thought that it would look better if it was hanging above the booths, because you want to create dimension on your set. If everything were to be on the same level, there wouldn't be any dimension. But I'm telling you, that tent, I want to say it was between 24 or 30 feet tall. It was fucking tall. When you were at the top of that thing, you were scared as shit because everything was blowing around. It's not a good time.
No joke.
Taking it down was not a good time.
Shout out to Brendan for getting up there. You got up there. I wasn't up there.
Yeah, no, that was royal pain in the buttocks. John Petrucci's School of Efficiency Picking.
What notes are you playing there, Casey?
All the notes. Oh, man. Look at this motherfucker.
Damn, that was a crazy ass night.
And transition back to day 3, a week and a half later.
So, like, in case anybody missed this, he just plugged the battery back in. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. Is that what just happened is he went to the hood and he just plugged the battery back in. That's all he did. He had told us that the car was dead, essentially. Like, he left the lights on, the car was dead. Oh, no. But in all reality, he had unplugged the lights. He's plugging them back in. I only letting y'all know that's in case you missed that little
detail. If you're in a band, check your cables. That's all.
Check your cables.
Couple people I've noticed on the YouTube comments for the video that picked up on like, wow, like, all right, it's about time the black dude survived.
Right?
So I was like, yo, that's awesome, because we actually did talk about that when we shot this video.
That was night 1 when we were rapping. It's like, how do we end this thing? Like, what was the alternative?
Oh, I'm trying to, what do you mean?
And then you gotta run out. No black people were harmed making
No
this
black
video.
people got harmed making the video.
And then you gotta go.
It looked like, yo.
Yes. Tim, can that be at the end where he's literally just like that? He's like,
Oh yeah, right before you get in the car, that happens.
Yeah, so we thought about ending it that way, and then I decided, well, I guess we can let it roll when I like break the fourth wall. And all.
Yeah.
Ah.
Y'all thought I was finna die, didn't you?
So like for me personally, breaking the fourth wall came from I used to watch Saved by the Bell all the time.
Yeah.
And Zach Morris would always just be like, time out, and just look and be like, well, here's what's going on. So I was like, yeah, I want to break the fourth wall and do that sort of thing.
Oh, that show was great. Yeah, you kind of did it with the chili too. You looked at the camera, you're like, this is good shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So I'm actually the fool driving this car away right now, and one of the weird things about that is, oh, hold on. I just hope everybody sees Elijah Cole, nap specialist.
Nap specialist.
Yeah.
Well, I did bring a blanket for this too.
Brandon
I definitely
Raddick.
stretched out a blanket and was chilling between like my scenes and stuff.
Hey,
Yeah.
and Brandon Raddick, boom slinger. Yeah, I'm the one driving away in that car. Look at that. EVR.
EVR,
Syndicate Road Medea. Woo!
That
So,
was such fun.
this has been a behind the scenes review with your boy, Casey.
Tim.
And Trey.
Tune in next time. See ya.